We're Californians. We don't wear our pride on our sleeves. We live it every day. Our hearts know why we're here. Our minds are wide open to all people and cultures, to all ideas and creations, to all dreams. The world looks to us to see what's possible. And right now, the world needs California spirit more than ever. That's our purpose. As Californians and as an industry, together we inspire joy and the chance to reconnect, to recharge, to rediscover that sense of pure wonder only travel can provide. Let's create a new golden age for the Golden State. Let's make California a better place to visit, a better place to work, a better place to live. Let's share California's courage and show the world what it means to dream big. Welcome to Outlook Forum.
Hi, you guys. Good morning, and welcome to Outlook Forum. You know, I can't believe this room. It gets bigger and bigger every year. I always think of it as our family reunion, our California family reunion, but it's absolutely huge. Our family's growing, I think. I know it is. We've got some great news that I'm going to talk about a little bit later. But anyway, it is our biggest Outlook Forum to date, and I just really want to thank you guys for joining us. It's a critical milestone year. Now, over the next 3 days, we're actually going to hear from 58 speakers, 32 sessions, and all 783 of you, incredible, passionate voices in travel. It's going to be an amazing one networking event for us, and we've got a lot of work to do. It's not just networking, but this is the foundation setting piece of how we're developing our next global plan of work. So as we kick off the 2020 Outlook Forum, I'd like to start by thanking the Planning Committee. If you guys can all stand up, the members of the Planning Committee, that would be great. Where are you? I have to put my glasses on. Come on, don't be shy. Where are you? I really, really think that this year we have the best content ever, and it's really those members of the Planning Committee that have done the hard work to get us where we are. So much appreciated, really appreciate it. And the other people I'd like to thank, of course, are our members of the Visit California board, and especially our officers. So members of the board, can you guys rise? We really, really appreciate the work you're doing. These people are working with us on a daily basis. I also just want to note that on Sunday, just yesterday, we had an incredible session. I can't believe it. There was well over 150 people of our chairs and co-chairs of all of our advisory committees, and that really helped kick off the planning process that's actually going to lead us into our board meeting and those discussions on Wednesday. So if you get a chance, stick around for those board meetings on Wednesday. Anyway, last year we announced a focus on sustainability, and we've got a lot to share about that progress. And of course, it's not just talk. We really must walk the walk. So I'm happy to announce that this is our most sustainable Outlook Forum ever. We've eliminated single-use plastics, we've implemented a waste diversion system, and we've even minimized waste from event production and catering. We've added sustainability stewards. Well, okay, these are our industry stewards, but they're good soldiers because they brought all the renewable bottles, of course. And we actually have even volunteer sustainability stewards. So we really appreciate the San Diego Zoo for serving as our sustainability sponsor. It's the first ever we've had a sponsorship in this category. And if you have any questions about sustainability, our sustainability stewards are here. They're willing to answer questions, especially about that tri-level waste diversion system. It's really simple, actually. And they can answer all your questions. So it's also no accident we're at the Marriott this year, because the Marriott's at the forefront of many sustainability initiatives. In 2018, they announced that the hotels worldwide would eliminate single-use toiletry bottles, saving 1.7 million pounds of plastic from landfills every year. That is worth an applause. And last year, they announced they'd eliminate using plastic straws, eliminating more than 1 billion annually. I really like to think that small pivots really do add up, and it is a sense of inspiration. It's definitely changed my habits as well, and if we just all rise together, I think we can change the world. Well, in that spirit, actually, Visit California is reducing paper use. Many of our handouts have migrated to digital-only versions. You can find them in the conference app. That's the California conference app, not the Iowa caucus app. It's not going to crash. We've actually tested it. No stress here. But search Team CA in the App Store or Google Play and use hashtag CA Outlook when posting to the app or on social media. So today, I want to talk about purpose. Purpose through 3 lenses: our industry's purpose, the Visit California purpose, and our brand purpose. For more than 25 years, Visit California's mission has been to drive demand for California and for our state's travel industry to roll out the red carpet for visitors globally. But in that quarter of century, while our mission has endured, the world has changed around us. Change is happening faster than ever. There's more travelers from more countries, more Californians exploring our own state, disruptors like Airbnb changing the decision journey. Travelers' motivations, tastes, and whims are evolving. More competition, and there's more threats from natural and man-made crisis. Whether upheaval or market conditions, the most adaptable will survive. Today, we will peer into the travel industry of the future. Our goal, of course, is to adapt and thrive, and our shared purpose will guide the way. I'm going to cover 4 sections this morning: the state of our industry, a Visit California progress report, a review of the challenges on the horizon, and a vision for our future. So let's start with some good news. The industry is thriving. In 2019, they spent $145 billion at businesses in California. That's 10 consecutive years of growth. It's the largest expansion of our travel industry in the history of us coming together as a travel industry. That spending delivered $12.3 billion in state and local tax revenue and employed 1.2 million California workers directly. It's a major economic engine for all 58 of our counties. And while the US is losing market share, California is bucking the trend, and we're growing our slice of a shrinking pie. International travel is California's largest export. It's bigger than ag and tech. And international travelers spent more than $28 billion in this state last year. 2019 was a significant milestone for another reason. The industry voted to approve the marketing renewal with a 95% yes vote, the highest in Visit California history. Thank you. It's truly something to celebrate, and so to help mark this occasion, I'd like to ask our task force co-chairs to join me here on stage, our board chair, James Birmingham from Montage Resorts, and Commissioner Joe D'Alessandro of San Francisco Travel. Gentlemen.
Congratulations.
Okay, I was actually worried that you didn't get the blue-black memo,
No, I
but
got it.
apparently you did. So we're good, you know, we rise together, of course.
One thing I learned is always do what Carolyn tells you to do. Well, good morning. We did it. The highest approval rating in Visit California renewal vote ever.
And you know, we couldn't have done it without all of you. And what we'd like to do now is thank you. Thank you in particular for making this record-setting vote a reality. As we call on you, we ask you to stand up and please stay standing until everybody's been called.
So here we go. If you were on the referendum task force, please stand. This is the team that helped guide the strategy. All right, stay standing.
If, like me, you work in accommodations segment, please stand. Accommodations delivered the most yes votes, nearly 31 million.
Scott.
Stand up, accommodations.
Happy.
So if you work in the car rental industry, stand up. Car rentals had the highest approval rating, 99.6%. That's amazing. Let's give them a round of applause.
How about the best performing region? How about right here in San Diego? It had the best approval among all 12 regions, 98%. Stand up if you're from San Diego. San Diego, stand up.
4 other regions performed exceptionally well, breaking the 90% mark. Please stand if you're from the deserts, Gold Country, High Sierra, and Los Angeles County.
And now
Patty, stand up.
And now my favorite group of people in here. If you're representing a DMO, the DMOs in the state help to get the word out and drive this impressive result. So if you work for a DMO, please stand. That's more like it.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Misty, stand up. Okay, and the 21,000 assessed businesses in the state that actually delivered the vote. If you work for a tourism business, stand up. Come on. Hold on. Okay, Roger, Chris, and Don, you were all on the referendum task force. Stand up. Stand up.
Well done. Well, this looks like a dream team to me. Give yourselves a huge round of applause. This is something big to celebrate.
You know, this amazing journey would not be possible without a strong sense of shared purpose. Thank all of you for making another 6 years a reality and a possibility here in this wonderful and great state of California.
Did you guys see the sustainable confetti? Did you see that? That was awesome, huh? All right, give it to a hand. That's great. Thank you, our co-chairs, James and Joe. So a 95% renewal rate is the secret ingredients to our success. That means this program is in the investors' hands, keeping us focused on delivering solid results. Let's take a look at some of the successes from the past year. Across all of our Tier 1 brand markets, Visit California programs delivered 8.6 billion impressions. We reached 204 million households. There was 184 million video views, and 33 million people reached across our own channels. This is Visit California's purpose, to do what the industry can't do for itself. Our global footprint is the foundation of this purpose. Let's review some of our priority markets. First, let's start with the biggest, the US. It contributes the bulk of California travel. It's responsible for 80% of our incremental trips and ROI, and it must be protected. Powerful brand creative, customized across digital platforms, is delivering increased ROI. Now let's turn to international. And yes, let's talk about China. We've seen softening market conditions for the last 12 months, but we continue to drive success while resisting the temptation to overinvest. And it's working. Last year, we achieved 86% awareness in the market. Of course, challenges can disrupt even the smartest strategy. We're grappling now with the coronavirus, and we're making appropriate pivots, postponements, and even some cancellations. That's an actual photo. That was a flight just last week, headed for Guangzhou. But we must protect California's significant foothold in the market. With quarantines and lockdowns, millions of Chinese are spending more time online than ever. Why not ensure that they're able to source inspiring content from California? Just because they can't book now doesn't mean they can't dream or even plan. So we'll learn more in tomorrow's breakout. The session will include real-time program pivots and updates driven by the outbreak, and we've created a brief on the coronavirus. You can find it in the Team California app, and I hope you can also stay for our board meeting where we'll enter into discussions based on some of the discussions we've had in these breakout sessions, so doing some real-time work in some of our breakouts. India, it's our #1 opportunity market, especially among the affluent. Visit California's strategy is to target the luxury market and leverage celebrity ambassadors, the film industry, and high-end events, such as the first NBA games in India. We were the exclusive destination sponsor where we launched pre-game promotional activities and new content for the NBA's channels with our celebrity ambassador, Ron Vijay. As many of you know, India is the largest producer of movies, and Bollywood is a powerful vehicle for inspiration. Last month, new film commissioner Colleen Bell and Lieutenant Governor Elena Kounalakis traveled with us to India. With 50 California companies represented, the trip built on several years of work to engage India's top film directors and producers. The bottom line, India has remarkable growth potential. Currently, India has the lowest number of international seats per capita among the 20 largest international markets. Our success in that market is directly tied to airlift. The shift from hub and spoke to point will increase nonstop lift from India to California. And as the airlift grows, India is poised to fuel growth to California. We're lucky to have an incredible aviation leader joining us today. So hear more on trends in aviation in this afternoon's session with United Airlines CEO, Oscar Munoz. As well, tomorrow's India 360 breakout will provide more context on tapping into this growing market. Moving to the Middle East, it's one of our fastest growing outbound tourism regions. These incredibly high spenders stay an average of 18 nights in California. Last spring, 9 CEOs traveled to Dubai and Abu Dhabi with our board chair, James Birmingham, to deliver the message that California welcomes all visitors. We know that our diverse hospitality industry is exceptionally well positioned to cater to the needs of Arab and Muslim travelers. Well, we can't be in San Diego without discussing Mexico, by far the largest source of international visitation to California. While some want to build walls, California travel industry is purposely building bridges. That's why we opened a welcome center at the Cross Border Express. The center rolls out the red carpet for travelers crossing into California from Tijuana's International Airport. And it's a powerful touch point for the 1.5 million who visit California and cross via the CBX every year. On the global stage, we also showed the world all dreams are welcome at IPW. Of note, the first ever California Plaza helped spread IPW's benefit to every corner of our state. 1,500 international buyers in total, hundreds of media, represented by 70 countries, all driving more than $5.5 billion worth of travel to California. In addition, our first ever California Luxury Forum, Connections, also delivered firsthand California experiences. This new Visit California event for travel industry advisors was hosted by Santa Monica. It's meant to showcase our luxury portfolio right at the source. Luxury is a key opportunity for California. And our luxury market is growing much faster than the US as a whole. The second California Luxury Forum will be hosted next month in Dana Point. All right, can't wait to have you. So those are some of the highlights of our work around the globe. Of course, every Visit California program focuses on optimizing travel spending in California. Let's take a look.
My parents like it too, like a lot.
Fly your flag, sing your anthem, ride with us in the California Road Trip Republic.
Too many days in the darkness.
If people want to explore California, where can they go to find out more information?
The first stop is go to visitcalifornia.com.
Okay.
We've actually got like road trips laid out there, like which spots to go to, where to stay,
Like
the easy
itineraries?
spots, like itineraries.
Surrender, darling, you were meant to survive. With every star, we are born again. Open your heart, spend less time in your head. With every star, we are born again. Open your heart, spend less time in your head. I've been climbing for a while, waiting for a new way to come. But I'll keep on climbing higher, higher to a brighter day. Now come be with me now.
The creativity of chefs in California never ceases to amaze me.
We were lucky enough to be in Sonoma during harvest for a winemaker. It's an extremely important time.
Here's to a beautiful new chapter for this beaut of a community.
Surprise on your face, you smile at me and look down. From the top, we brace for the wave and it comes crashing over. It's taking us over. Now come be with me now.
It's like if a snowmobile and a motorcycle had a baby.
Now come be with me now. Be up with the sun, where it feels like home. Wide awake tonight as we counted all the planes go by. We talked like everything has changed, like a miracle drug that cures the pain. I don't want this night to fade, 'cause we don't feel this way no more. We're laughing till our bodies hurt and takes me to this place like we were just kids. Whoa, slow it down or it can be gone, like we were just kids.
lot of work by all of us. Despite our record of success, our industry faces challenges. We're living in a time of great uncertainty. So far, the worst has not come to pass. Despite predictions of a recession, the US economy continues to slow. But unemployment is at record lows and wages are increasing. The pendulum has swung away from globalization. Many nations are turning inward. In such perilous times, the possibility that travel is weaponized for political purposes constantly looms. Trade disputes are, of course, a significant concern. We are grateful the US reached agreements with Canada and Mexico and a phase 1 agreement with China. But as we're seeing now, pandemics can turn off the tap for travel. While coronavirus is concerning, perspective must take precedence over panic. So far, coronavirus has caused about 40,000 illnesses and just over 900 deaths. But when compared to the flu, well, in the US alone, we've had 19 million cases and 10,000 deaths just this season alone. We'll discuss more of these issues with our 3 titans of travel, Roger Dow, Chris Thompson, and Don Welch, who will join us later this morning. Government policy and trade agreements are only part of the story. Often what's written in the legislation is less important than the sound bites around the story. US rhetoric has presented an unwelcoming message. That's of tremendous concern, especially amid growing competition. While California ranks #1 in the US in visitor spending, the competition is nipping at our heels. Florida, for example, leads California on familiarity and likelihood to recommend, while Hawaii leads as an aspirational destination. New York? Well, it's New York. Of course, California has other challenges. We've had more than our fair share of crisis over the last few years. 2019 was one of the lightest fire seasons in memory, but you wouldn't know that given the national media narrative. And crisis is more than natural disasters. California's homelessness and street conditions have also been front and center in the media. We'll explore this in much greater depth in tomorrow's crisis session. In the long term, brand tarnish is our real concern. Coupled with the power shutoffs this fall, California was unfortunately held up as an example of a failed state. We fear the brand tarnish narrative will continue as we fully expect California to be a national punching bag this election cycle as well. But as they say, the rumors of our demise have been greatly exaggerated. We all chose California. We can't all be wrong. We all know California is the ideal place to live, work, and visit, and play. And that's why California's Destination Stewardship Initiative will ensure that the place we call home continues to thrive. Our industry has been crystal clear about this purpose. Sustainability must be at the heart of what we do. Destination stewardship is pivotal to our future, and Visit California is positioned to guide a comprehensive program to protect, preserve, and promote the California experience. So our new draft stewardship plan lays out 5 key objectives to keep us focused on that future. First, expand sustainable practices across the tourism industry. Second, encourage responsible travel. Next, develop approaches to shape visitation patterns. And fourth, infuse the California brand with stewardship ethics as part of our brand purpose. And finally, amplify and encourage resident pride in our state. California is already the leader in sustainability. Spreading these values throughout the tourism industry and marketing those efforts is just a next logical step. This isn't just good for the planet, it's good for business. Sustainable tourism is a way to bring visitors to places and times when they're most needed. We hope to make traveling the right way become mainstream. You'll find the new draft plan in the Team California app. Destination stewardship is a key content focus also in this Outlook Forum. So don't miss these upcoming sessions. You'll get best practices, research, and more. Most importantly, these discussions and your feedback will integrate into the final destination stewardship plan. Our future beyond 2020 is now in sight. But the shifting competitive landscape, growing economic threats, and changing consumer behavior require all of us to be nimble. So Visit California is evolving. Our program must adapt to continue to pay dividends for our state and for the tourism industry. This is a midterm strategy we call Vision 2025. We've refined our global brand target, that being adults 25 to 64, covering 3 generations, boomers, Gen X, and millennials. They've traveled in the past year, and they represent an overall audience of about 302 million. We're also traveling high-value consumers, as the demo optimizes on spend rather than volume. We're basically fishing where the fish are. And to reach them, we are infusing the brand with purpose. The most powerful brands form strong attachments by connecting to consumers' underlying motivations. Iconic brands know and deliver. It's not about the product, it's about the meaning. Think about Nike. Their 2018 ad campaign featuring Colin Kaepernick lit up the cultural discourse. Pundits warned it was so divisive it would end the company. But what was really the actual outcome? How about $163 million in earned media, a $6 billion brand value increase, and most importantly, a 31% boost in sales? It pays to have purpose. So what does this mean for tourism marketing? We need to understand the emotional needs that drive people's trip choices. We need to understand not just what travelers do, but why they do it. And we must connect that with our brand purpose. So to further understand this, we talked to over 6,500 consumers in our brand markets. The research identified 3 distinct trip motivators: YOLO, Recharge, and Immerse. The YOLO trip, you only live once, is characterized by living in the moment. They are entertainment focused and socially motivated. In other words, it's gotta be Insta-worthy. Recharging trips restore harmony and balance. These trips are frequently focused on the outdoors. Forest bathing, anyone? And immersive trips are about living like a local. These passionate travelers want a deeper understanding of local culture. This is the largest opportunity segment for California. Immersive trips are frequently driven by culinary as a key differentiator. That's one reason why we launched the first statewide Michelin guide last year under the banner of the California Taste Blazers platform. That first guide grabbed the world's attention, featuring more than 650 restaurants and dozens of cities across California. The guide provided a global badge of credibility, especially among affluent and international travelers, inspiring them to put their money where their mouth is. We're continuing to invest in our Michelin partnership with an eye towards sustainability. That 2020 California Michelin Guide will be the first in the US to include a new designation for sustainable restaurants. There are so many opportunities to highlight California's taste-blazing culture. We've been inspired and entertained by larger-than-life celebrity chefs and foodies. This year, a TV legend will explore some of the more iconic food meccas on his hit Netflix series, Somebody Feed Phil. You might know Phil as the creator of Everybody Loves Raymond, which won 15 Emmys over 9 seasons. He's also an actor with credits on Curb Your Enthusiasm and 30 Rock and others. And he hosts the Emmy-nominated Somebody Feed Phil, which attracts 24 million viewers every episode. Forum, Phil Rosenthal, it's time, it's time.
Here we go.
I know, can we have a little conversation?
Why not? Look, donuts.
I know.
Did they get donuts, did the people?
It's called Somebody Feed Phil.
Well, that's so sweet, but I can't eat all these. Come here. Where are the people? We gotta give some
Where are
to
the people? There's a few there. Save me one, Phil.
You want a donut?
Matt wants a donut.
You'll share, right? You'll share, right? Hi, how you doing? I like when people bring me food. I have to share it. It's only good if you can share it. Take a donut. Take a donut. Here, for this side of the table. Take one, take one. I gotta leave one for her. She said she needs a donut.
I'm hungry.
You don't mind that I do this, do you? You're all right. Here, look at that. Look, he took the big one on the top. He's brave. What area are you from? San Luis Obispo. You're the take me state. Do it! Do it, yes, the big red one. Look at you.
Okay, nobody's eating them though. Take a
They're
bite,
gonna
Matt.
eat them.
All
They're
right,
gonna
take
eat
a
them.
bite.
Look at this guy.
Phil,
He's
take
hungry.
a bite.
All right, 2 for us.
It's a famous donut shop in San Diego. So
What's it called? Let's plug it.
At least got to take a bite.
I'll take a bite. Look at this one with the
No,
heart.
you're not allowed. You told me that you're not allowed to for tomorrow.
It's true. I have a physical tomorrow. And I've been cramming for my physical. I thought I could get all my health done in one day. And then you did this to me.
I know.
Look, that one's for you, the big one.
It's called Somebody Feed Phil. It's
Yeah.
not Somebody Give Phil a Drink. It's called Somebody Feed Phil. So.
Although I'll take a drink too. Hi, everybody. It's nice to see you. I love California.
Isn't it great? You're Californian now. You're the best California ambassador we have because you're not from California.
That's right.
And I assume you're so inspired you came to California.
Well, I lived in New York for the whole first half of my life, and I was one of these New York snobs who thought that, you know, I looked at Woody Allen movies and I thought he was right about California. I thought that was really got in deep. What he thought, you know, like the only cultural advantage is you can make a right turn on a red light. He would say, right? And then I came out here just to visit once, and I thought it was like Paramus with palm trees. I'm talking about LA. And then I started working, and things got better.
It's always
because
better
you like
when
to
we
work, right?
It's helpful.
And so I never left, and I fell in love, and I saw, like, for instance, in LA, the restaurant scene grow and grow and grow until now, I think, best restaurant city in America.
There's the LA group over there.
And I'm counting New York, and I just filmed a segment in Northern California for this year's episodes. It's coming up.
Wait, we should show them.
We can show you, but San Francisco, that scene is, of course, the best, and
right, there's the other.
But I'm finding all over California, you can get a great meal anywhere. Truly, I think it's phenomenal. And I always say that food. The reason I focus on food in the show is not just because I like to eat, but because food is the great connector. And for me, then laughs are the cement, right? So I combine these things that I know with things that I love.
It's an amazing series. That's why
Thank you.
Millions tune in.
Thank you.
Well, you said that. Let's check out. So Phil's now done a few episodes, and Netflix was so kind to give us an exclusive, which I
That's
understand.
true. No one has seen this yet.
No one's seen it, and they never give out exclusives.
Please don't film this and put it on the thing.
So let's check it out, just like we're at a late night TV comedy show.
Ooh, looks.
Yes.
Oh,
Right,
that's
continue.
that's a very short clip. Suffice to say, I went into that kitchen and I put them out of business.
Hardly. It continues.
No, it does continue, and he's got, for those of you from that area, or if you've been there, he's got a whole string of places, Bouchon, and he's got a New Mexican place, and he's got the Ad Hoc where you get the world's best fried chicken, and he's doing it up there.
So, you're an LA resident right now. So
Yes.
what surprised you most about San Francisco and the whole Bay Area?
It's gorgeous. It's as beautiful as any place on earth that I've been. It's so spectacular. I just love the workout that you get just going up a hill. I love the people. I love the diversity, of course. listen, every place has its problems. You were referring to the challenges that we face here in California, but they're the challenges that everybody faces. They just like to highlight California, I think, because they're a little jealous.
I think so too.
I think so too. But everywhere I go, I do feel like an ambassador, and everyone I meet around the world, just as you would when, even if you weren't in this business, if you became friendly with them, you ask, have you ever been to California? Have you ever been to LA? Have you ever been to America, right? And a lot of people say no, and so you become that ambassador. And I say, in today's climate, in today's world, you're all ambassadors when you travel. That's what I try to put out in my show, just by going and being a half-decent human being. You're an ambassador for your country, your state, your town, and it's so necessary, because here's what I found when I'm traveling. Most people, no matter where they live, are so much better than their governments. And they're so nice and sweet. I'm generalizing, but that's what I find. And they want to be friends. And we should be friends.
So these are iconic destinations and travel companies that are all vying for the traveler dollar.
Yes.
And you have been around the world, you know, and immersing yourselves in other destinations. What stands out to you in terms of what really appealed to you on an emotional level with some destinations that might be helpful for them when they're trying to tell their story about the allure of their respective destination?
Well, you don't have to work that hard if you're representing California. Look, right? It does the work for you. All you have to do is get the message out.
Yes.
And then when people come, you know, I would advise anybody coming to California from wherever they are in the world to drive up the coast. Because I've driven the Amalfi Coast, and I'm lucky I didn't die, but it's beautiful and spectacular if anybody's ever done that. But the drive up the California coast is just as beautiful.
It's world class.
Right. I think it's phenomenal. And if you're into any kind of sports, which if you look at me, I'm not really. But world-class golf, world-class surfing, world-class whatever you want, outdoors. Do you want to climb a mountain? Go ahead. But people who love the outdoors are automatically attracted to this place. Best place in America for anything outdoors, I think. Best weather, come on, except today. And I love the people. I think the weather makes the people nicer too. That is a factor, don't you think? If it's nice outside all the time, why are you in a bad mood?
Do you think it's the California wine as well, perhaps?
A little California wine doesn't hurt anybody. No, and the food, come on. The food. I find that LA, especially California, is a great place to live if you can't travel so much, because the world comes to us. And that way you get all the diversity just by going to different neighborhoods in your town. That's the other thing I try to put forth in the show is you can travel in your own city, in your own state, in your own neighborhood even. There's a Peruvian restaurant down the street that you're afraid to go in. Why? Because I don't know anything about Peruvian food, right? But we all have the phone. Look at the phone, look at the menu. Oh, chicken and rice, I like chicken and rice. Yes, you like chicken and rice, why don't you go? So then you go, and then you love it, and you try the next time something else on the menu. Expand your horizons a little, and then you're talking to the owner or the chef or someone Peruvian, and the next thing you know, you're in Machu Picchu.
Having problems breathing at the high altitude.
You don't care, the food is so good.
So you mentioned something, and I'm holding an iPad now because some of the people out there are putting questions on the conference app.
Ask me anything. I'm an expert in marriage, children, yes.
So I'm going to ask you a little bit of a harder question. This is an excellent question. Are you ready?
All right, let's see.
It's a little more intellectual as opposed to inspirational.
Wrong guy. Yes.
It seems like everybody using guides like Yelp, it seems like everyone's using guides like Yelp and Michelin. what are some of the other ways you recommend travelers find and destinations that advertise good eats? So you kind of just touched upon it.
Well, you know, I have a website and a YouTube channel, philrosenthalworld.com, and it's everywhere we go in the show is listed with the places we visit, all the restaurants, the number to make a reservation, things like this. I love how you were talking about Nike and how they did that ad and their business increased. I have a similar stat for you. You ready? I focused on a place in Malibu when we had the PBS show. It was called I'll Have What Phil's Having before we went to Netflix. And I went to a place called Malibu Kitchen in Malibu. Anybody know it? It's a wonderful little deli, and the guy makes beautiful sandwiches, some of the best sandwiches you ever had. And he used to roast a fresh turkey every day to make this turkey and cranberry and brie sandwich that's so fantastic. I recommend it.
Sounds fantastic.
So I talk about it on the show. So, after the show hit, he went from roasting 1 turkey to 11 turkeys a day. That's my stat. That's over 100% growth of turkey, right? In Turkey.
So, you know, it's not enough to just broadcast or have a one-way conversation with the consumer anymore.
Yes.
I'm curious that in terms of the feedback you get from your fans across the world and what appeals to them other than your incredibly vivacious personality and your humor.
Yes, yes, and the looks, of course.
Stay humble, you've got that
I know, I'm
doctor's appointment tomorrow.
Hence the laugh. I think they know I'm kidding. But what do I attribute it to? I think that there's a desire for something nice to watch with the family. You know, you're not going to see us cursing on the show. You're not going to show it. The show never shows anything negative. There's enough of that.
We need that.
If you want to see negative, there's plenty of negative. And you can even make jokes and have fun without being exclusive, meaning, oh, look at that guy, right? That's exclusive. We try to be inclusive. If anything, the joke is on me all the time, and that's fine.
Hardly.
No, but it's true. I'm the schlemiel who's not good at outdoors things, right?
You can always force bathe.
Yes, yes. And then other than that, you know, we try to be funny, beautiful, and fascinating. Those are the 3 words that we're looking for, and that brings in people, and then people like to watch with their kids, and I find that kids really like the show. I wasn't making a show for kids, but they really like it.
I can see why. I'm going to try it on my grandkids.
Oh, great, great.
So I'm going to ask you one last question because I think the rest of the audience sees how endearing you are and that you're a wonderful ambassador for California. There's a great appeal for all of us in the room that you started your life back east and you migrated to California.
I'm not going back either. The older I get, the more I like California. Yes.
So what was kind of the trigger? What did it for you? What appealed to California that had you pack your bags and make that move?
Well, work. I have to be honest. You know, when you start, when you get a job.
You can always go home after a job.
No, but when you get a job writing in your field, you know, to be in show business is something I think a lot of people can identify with wanting. And I got that dream job, and then I parlayed that into creating a sitcom that then did well. Why would I leave?
That's what we're looking for.
Yes, why would I leave? I got the weather, I got the food, I got the beautiful surroundings, I have the lifestyle that's wonderful. It's easier, it's better, it's more fun. It's I don't know, I have to sell you people?
I think they like you.
I like them. I like you know, I'm a customer, really.
So you and I have one commonality in tourism and entertainment.
Yes?
We always want to leave them wanting more.
Oh, yes, I should have left a while ago.
No. And guess what?
Yes?
Phil has agreed to stay to share more stories because he's going to join host Satirius Johnson for our first ever live podcast recording this afternoon. So don't miss it.
I'll see you there. But first I have to have lunch.
Okay, here's lunch.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
This is your parting gift.
Bless you.
A half of heart.
Thank you.
Thank you, Phil.
So nice to be with you. Thank you.
Bye. So we really mean it. He'll be with Satirius, live podcast. Don't miss it. Okay, so with Vision 2025 in mind, we needed to know if Dream Big still resonates in this changing consumer environment. To find out, we embarked on an ambitious study with our longtime agency partner, Merring. Fortunately, Dream Big continues to resonate. But the research uncovered some key new findings. First, we discovered that superlatives like the best of everything were actual turnoffs. However, on the plus side, people view Californians as encouraging everyone to think differently, and diversity of thought is embraced. The Golden State's accepting, open attitude is our key attribute. In the past, we've trafficked in fun. Now we're trafficking in both fun and meaning. People perceive us as having a unique lifestyle and depth of character, and an inclusive and optimistic outlook. The extensive research behind this platform is available for your own use, and you can find it in the global frame of work or on the Team California app. We actually printed copies, of course, on recycled paper. They're available for you after this session. The new framework also explains how we evaluate program success. Obviously, our biggest overall metric is incremental visitor spending. And we know the program's working. Visit California's paid marketing delivered $14 billion of incremental travel spending last year. But wait, there's actually more. This ROI is conservative because, as many of you know, we haven't been able to calculate the incremental spending outside of our paid media space. And that only represents about 60% of our overall budget until now. This year, we developed a way to measure visitcalifornia.com as well. The results are in. The website measurement tools actually delivered $726 million in unique incremental visitor spending last year on top of that $14 billion. California is among one of the first destinations to deploy this methodology, and it's been developed with our partners at SMARI. We'll continue to expand measurement capabilities, including a new approach to evaluate earned media. Today's panel with our partners MMGY and JF will explain this new PR methodology. Our measurement tools, they're also directional, and they can point to a renewed focus on our suite of owned channels. To serve the steady stream of content to our target audience, we're engineering our content program around a destination news desk. And we're going a step further, introducing the California Now News Network, the other CNN, just with an extra N. No fake news here. It's powered by our content partners at Meredith, and it'll reach consumers globally with daily California lifestyle stories. The network has 5 key components. First, we're reinventing the visitcalifornia.com website platform. The new site will allow us to seamlessly deliver content to more partners and distribution channels than ever before. Second, the California Now lifestyle news site will become the best source for timely and topical California content. We can also use it to aggregate curated content, and it can be deployed to capitalize on trending stories. Third, social media will inspire travelers to seek California content and connect to planning tools in the network. And fourth, printed publications will continue to deliver value as they are still important planning tools as page-turning pieces of inspiration. And finally, fifth, the California Now podcast is poised to capitalize on the rapid adoption of voice search. Smart speaker usage grew 82% last year. Anyone now can ask Alexis to play California Now, and she will play the latest episode. So what does that mean for all of you? Well, it means more handoffs, more leads directly to you. These are highly qualified leads, whether they're going to destinations or our California tourism companies. These leads and these people are already planning a trip to California, and we're driving them to your destination and business. We expect CNN to drive a 20% increase. I know, that was funny, huh? In handoffs in the first year after launch. Tomorrow's session on how to get involved in content is a perfect way to get your stories into this global platform, so check it out. Finally, and most important, the California Now News Network. Oh boy, I think that was a fifth in there. I still like it though, it's fun, huh? The California Now News Network. It's the payoff point for the brand program. The Dream Big 2.0 brand program sits in front of this platform to drive demand locally to the California Now News Network audience. We'll continue to focus on iconic brand campaigns that connect California to why people are traveling, like the Road Trip Republic and California Taste Blazers. And we're adding a new campaign called California Local, putting California destinations front and center in the starring role. Family travel is still our bread and butter, and we'll continue targeting that important segment with the high-performing Kidifornia initiative. It will all rest under a new umbrella campaign. It's called All Dreams, Always Welcome. It will lead a robust mix of digital experiences showing what it means to dream big in California, as well as putting our newly elevated brand purpose front and center. I never get tired of that. I never get tired of California. All Dreams, Always Welcome is coming soon, and it will share our ethos with the world. That's our purpose, because we don't just dream, rather, we find a path to make those dreams real. This is one of those moments, a time when our industry can create a renewed sense of purpose to help create a better California. If we're all honest, we know how lucky we are to be in this industry. The sheer amount of talent, dedication, and passion in this room and throughout our industry illustrates how fortunate we are. A coalition of competitors with a historic track record of providing jobs and opportunity to people from every walk of life. We are all the California Dream Team. So let's continue to dream and do big things, not just for progress, but for purpose. I look forward to doing this with all of you. Thanks, everybody. Have a great Outlook Forum, and I'll be back.